Welcome back to Star City News. I'm Scott Ayers. The Husker basketball team had their first big test of the season. There were some doubts still swirling around this Husker team about how good they really are. You think they wanted to make a statement against the Big East Seton Hall? Well, let's start off early first half. It's Glenn Watson Jr. unable to connect on the three, but Isaac Copeland with the putback. He had 18 and 10 in this game. Then later on in the first, Glenn Watson Jr., and this is where he's at his best. The step back jumper splash, he was money from that spot. Later on, James Palmer Jr., he started off cold, but look at this deep three. This is where he heated up. The Huskers were comfortable going into the half, but Seton Hall tried to make it interesting. First, Enzi, who was fouled here, but able to finish and won. Then later on this drive, this would help Seton Hall cut the lead to 2 in this game. But Nebraska was just too much because of this man right here. James Palmer Jr. had a game-high 29 points, including this pretty finish. And then you want an exclamation point? I'll give you one. Isaiah Roby with the slam. Nebraska makes a statement against Seton Hall. They win this game by 23 points as the Huskers win 80-57. They improved to 3-0 on the season. Meanwhile, Seton Hall suffers their first loss. Here are the Huskers after the game.
That was really a test for us. You know, we hadn't really experienced anything like that in the first 2 games so far. So I think we really stayed together and made a push after that.
I think this year we more locked in from the beginning. I know last year we lost the game versus St. John's at their crib, so we wanted to take care of business early this year. The first big test, so hopefully this leads to more wins.
Well, the Nebraska football team faces off against Michigan State on Saturday. The last time these two teams played, it was 2015. The Huskers won a thriller in a season of disappointment. And what would be Mike Riley's best win as a Husker? Huskers, Spartans in Nebraska, they had a loss against Illinois that was close. Wisconsin and BYU. Meanwhile, Michigan State, they're coming off a big win over the Michigan Wolverines. We'll go to the fourth quarter. Connor Cook, you remember him? How about this pretty pass that would set up a touchdown late in this game, what some thought would be the nail in the coffin, but Nebraska on the next drive, Tommy Armstrong, end zone. Huskers cut to 1 score, and the Husker defense would finally get a stop late. So then Armstrong, Westerkamp on this next possession sets up a beautiful chance for the Huskers. 2 plays later, Armstrong, Brandon Riley, touchdown, Nebraska. The Huskers take the lead, but Michigan State would get one last chance. It's Connor Cook who tries to find somebody open, can't get it out in time. The Huskers would win this game by a point. And once again, they take on the Spartans with just 3 wins and a new coach against a Spartans team that has a mean-as-ever defense. A bit of deja vu. It will come down to the Huskers' 13th ranked offense against the Spartans' 21st ranked defense. Spartans coming into this game at 6-3 after a loss to Ohio State. Kickoff is at 11 a.m. in the last home game of the season. We move on to the NFL, and one of the biggest talking points of the season, Le'Veon Bell and the drama with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Steelers running back is officially done for the season after failing to report to the team on Tuesday. The Steelers put a $14 million franchise tag on the star running back. Bell will miss out on that cash. However, you'd think with Bell being gone that the Steelers' ground game would struggle. That has not been the case. The breakout star for the Pittsburgh Steelers is running back James Conner. Conner is 3rd in rushing touchdowns with 10, 4th in carries, 3rd in rushing yards with 771, and he's 3rd in rushing yards per game with nearly 86 yards. His emergence is a surprise to many. What this means more importantly is that Bell really isn't needed by Pittsburgh. He's a distraction. Ben Roethlisberger had to say this right before Bell's deadline.
The thing about it is he's not here, he's not going to be here, so we don't have to talk about it. I texted him yesterday before the deadline, asking him, texting him something, hope he was going to show up. And if he decided not to, I wish him nothing but the best. He was a great teammate, a great football player.
Bell never responded to Big Ben's text. Comparing side by side, Conner has better averages in yards per carry, has more touchdowns already than Bell, and is on pace to break Bell's numbers in rushing yards for last season. As James Conner continues to thrive in Pittsburgh, the hourglass for Le'Veon Bell's time with the Steelers has run out.
Finally, staying in the NFL, the Los Angeles Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs have moved their game from Mexico City back to Los Angeles. This comes after horrible field conditions from Azteca Stadium. Some players had even threatened to not play had the game been played in Mexico. This is a major blow to fans in Mexico City, as this is one of the biggest matchups in 2018. Kickoff is now at 7:15 in Los Angeles. Well, that'll do it for sports. Stick around, still some to come here on Star City News.